I don't mean to brag. I've done my share of motorboating, but I don't know that much about boat motors. It's all good though. I'm not doing this repair myself. I got my buddy Duane's brother with me. You know, Duane's brother, D. Walt. Alrighty, here is the patient. So apparently the shop that has worked on this before at some time or another has stripped out where the jet inside of it screws into. So basically this housing is most likely shot. Probably nothing that we can do with carburetor housing. I'll look, I'll see, but I don't have a lot of high hopes for it. So the customer said that the OEM carb for this is about $800. So I don't know. I didn't look up the OEM carb. They're aftermarket carbs, and you can get those around $50-$60. And I found some. However, they kind of vary a little bit. You know, they were kind of made universally, so to speak. So some things might be a little bit different. Some of them may not have the vent tube up top there like that. Like this one's got up there, a little vent tube. Some of them may not have that. Some of them may have the linkages set up a little bit different, or different linkages altogether. So it's basically finding one that matches as close to this one. Of course, the linkages have to be dead on, and also so does you have to make sure that you match up your bolt holes and stuff, because there are some variances on that from what I understand as well. So going to match up the carburetor the best that we can for one of the aftermarket $50-$60 jobs, and then we'll just take anything that we need off of this one and put on the other one, and should be good to go. So that is the plan. I'm going to get this carburetor off so I can get it inside, get a bunch of really good pictures of it, and start doing my research for the best available replacement for this particular one, and we shall go from there. Hey, you know what? Somebody stopped by earlier. You know what they wanted to talk about? Jesus! But it was these folks, so we didn't talk about Jesus very much, because I belong to the Dangly Club, you know what I mean? So anyway, let's see. We have got this issue here at hand. Right there. Well, that's not the issue. That's the bowl to the carburetor that's the issue. This is the issue. You see? It's supposed to shake its head no and yes along, or left and right along with no and yes. Oh, wait, no, that ain't how this works. Okay, so this is the float of the carburetor. Carburetor sits like this, right? Oops, sorry. Carburetor sits in that direction, right? So this is the float. So this carburetor is upside down. Normally, this bowl is on that carburetor, and it's got fuel in it that gets picked up by this jet, okay? So this is the jet, and does it look like it'll fly? Oh, wrong kind of jet. Anyway, that's the jet. That is what meters the particular amount of fuel to the fuel supply. Well, not fuel supply. It would be the air-fuel mixture. There we go. So anywho, that's not the problem. It's not actually the jet that's stripped. It's this doohickey right next to it. It's this fitting here right next to it, and I did have it out. And here, let me try getting my other fingers on it, because I was pulling it out real easy. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the threads are, well, they're okay on that, but the threads on the inside of there, let me get you some light where you can see down in there. Maybe. So yeah, you can see down in there that's stripped out pretty bad. So anyway, $59.97. I actually got it up on my screen. So $60 for a replacement carburetor. So customer's going to get that ordered. We'll get her slapped in. So probably going to go ahead and throw this video up, and I'll update you when I get the carburetor and get her put in. Hope y'all have a good one. Shalom.